Hey there, everybody. Don Evans here from WatchReport.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Magrette Waterman in PVD. $585 is your price. There is also a stainless steel model that is brushed and polished finish. That is $575. Moana 9015 automatic movement in a 42mm case size, which is something that Magrette is doing this year. They've listened to their customers who asked for slightly smaller models, and they are answering them with this and the reissue of the Regateer 2011, which is also coming in at 42 millimeters. So you have that cushion style case shape that Magrette has been doing now for a few years. Obviously, that style of case shape, you know, iconic in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Yes, there is a big brand name out there that is known for it, but they are not the only company that ever did it. Regardless, Magrette normally does their watches in this case style. And, you know, even at 42 millimeters, it's still going to play a little bit larger than your normal round style case, which is normal for this style of watch. 51 millimeter lug to lug. You do have this very prominent domed sapphire crystal, which we'll give you a better look at and discuss here in a minute. 12.5 millimeters if I measure from the back of the case to the bezel. 15 millimeters if I measure to the middle of that dome sapphire crystal. 22 millimeter lugs, and you have this tropic style polyurethane rubber strap. You also do get a sandwich dial, and the lume is dual colored. It is green on the hands and blue on the markers. As a matter of fact, we'll take a quick second out here. And I apologize for the lack of anything on the screen. I could put my hand here. I don't think I'm going to be a hand model anytime soon, though, so we'll get that out of that way. I'm going to give it a quick charge here under my studio lights. I think that should be sufficient. Hopefully I charged it evenly there as I was holding it up. Okay, now that we're not in full darkness here, but I think you could see how well this lume glows. Very, very sufficient. And that dual color is just a cool factor, of course. So let me turn the lights back on here. One of the other prominent features I wanted to point out is this stoplight style of secondhand. I'm sure guys who are, I can't remember the model. I'm not a massive, I love Seikos, but I'm not a massive Seiko expert or Seiko buff. There is a Seiko out there. I'm going to call it the wrong name, and then everybody's going to comment down below that I'm wrong, but I'm going to say it's the Seiko Sumo, but I could be very off on that. But it is an interesting style of secondhand. Now, as I'm showing you, you know, trying to show you around the style, obviously you could see this vintage domed crystal does distort the edges of the dial there. That's one of the things I'm personally not fond of on this watch. Now, on social media posts that I've made about this, a lot of guys are really liking that. It's just not for me personally. It does look kind of cool, but I prefer to have just a flat crystal or just maybe regular double dome sapphire. You do have drilled lugs. You can see that nicely stamped crown with the Magrette logo. Coin edge bezel. The bezel does ratchet very nicely. No issues, no play. You can see there's no play. Of course, something to note is the instead of the elapsed timing bezel, they went from the 1 to 12. I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but it is 200 meters water resistant. As I said, it does have a screw down crown. Very nice screw down crown, very easy to operate, no wiggle or wobble. You know, pretty much if you've had a Magrette watch, you know that they're known for giving a quality watch at an affordable price point. They don't really cheapen things out, like when you take a look at their CNC clasps. You know, they really don't cheapen out on anything here. Take a look here at the case back. It is a limited edition, and you can see, you know, they put this gold ring in here, and then you have the etching on the sapphire case back itself, just to give the model a little bit of flair. And of course, you have this tiki logo up here with this tongue sticking out. Let me show it to you on my 7.5-inch wrist. And there's a look on my 7.5-inch wrist. Obviously, like I said, 51mm lug to lug, so it's not crazy large in length, and 42mm size. I think a lot of guys are going to be happy with this. One of the things I wanted to talk about, so this is a polyurethane strap, and if you're familiar with tropic style straps, you might have been familiar with them. They were very popular in dive watches in the 70s. And so it's a tropic style rubber. It's polyurethane, so what that means is it's more of a plastic base than a rubber base. So it's not as rough or coarse as, say, an old Casio or old Seiko style polyurethane strap, but it's not as soft as natural rubbers. So it's not going to be as pliable and soft as, say, an isofrane strap. But it's not, you know, it's not going to agitate your wrist either. Of course, that's personal preference. I have not found an issue with wearing it. Even though I prefer it to be a little softer, it's still not been, it molds to the wrist nicely. Of course, if you don't like the strap, you could always change it out to whatever you want. Standard 22mm will fit on it. Overall, I think it's a really nice offering from Magrette, or Magrette. I just keep mispronouncing that damn name. But overall, it's a very nice offering again. I like that they went no date on it. It just gives it a very clean dial. Obviously, the sandwich dial is another element to it, and the dual lume. As I said, a lot of people seem to like that domed crystal like that. So if that's something that you're keen on, then you're probably going to like this a lot. It's, you know, kind of modern. It's obviously still vintage inspired with the domed crystal and the strap. I prefer the PVD model myself because it is a matte finish case as opposed to the brushed and polished finish on the regular stainless steel version. But there you go. There is a look at the Magrette Waterman. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Leave a like or a comment here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. You'll never miss another review. This has been Don Evans for WatchReport.com. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.